far we've been looking at multiplying and dividing fractions by whole numbers. Today we're going to start looking at what we do when we have two fractions. So let's remember back a little while ago when we looked at the idea of multiply, Mr. Maskiws shared what the word multiply means, and that is of. So if I see something that says half of 3/5, all I'm trying to do is split this into two pieces. In your book, they show you how to do it with paper folding. I think it's a little bit more complicated folding paper, so I'm just going to use some different colors here to represent what we're talking about. So if I'm trying to find half of 3/5, the first thing I need to do is find 3/5. All right, so I've cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. I'm going to shade in 3 of them. So I'm shading in 3/5. Now I'm going to label that this is 3/5, and this is going to be important for you. I really want you guys doing this labeling every single time. So I'm going to take a new color now. Let's take red. Red's lots of fun. And now what I'm going to do is going in the opposite direction. I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm just going to label 1/2, and now I'm going to shade with the other color. Well, if I count now my answer, I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my denominator will be 10. And if I take a look at that area that shows half of 3/5, it's this area right here, 1, 2, 3, where it's shaded with both colors. So my answer there is going to be 3/10. Next question, I've got 1/4 times 1/2. Let's keep in mind that, again, times is of. So we're trying to find 1/4 of 1/2. Interesting, it's actually the same as 1/2 divided by 4. So if I'm trying to find 1/4 of a half, what do I need to find first? Well, I better find a half. So I'm going to shade in a half. There we go. I've shaded in 1/2, and I'm going to label half. Now I want to find 1/4 of that, so I need to split it into 4. Beautiful. I've now found 1/4. Whoops, 1/4. So I'm going to count all my pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4. So I've got 16 pieces. 2 of them are shaded in with both colors. That's these two right here, which is 2/16. If I put that in lowest terms, I end up with 1/8. Next question, 2/3 times 2/3. So I'm trying to find 2/3 of 2/3. Shade in 2/3. Label it. I have 2/3 there. Now I'm going to find 2/3 of 2/3. So I'm going to shade in 2/3 with the other color. Label it. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's cut into 9 pieces, and 4 of them are shaded in twice. The answer is 4/9. I'm going to have you do the questions on page 303 by yourself. Pause the video, work on those questions. When they're done, come back, check in here, we'll do them together. You already see the one at the top by yourself. You don't need me to show you how to do that one. So let's take a look at the other two. So here I have 1/2 times 1/2. So I'm simply going to cut this in half, shade it in, label it 1/2, and then I'm going to take my other one, cut it in half, label 1/2, Shade it in, count the pieces. There's 4 pieces, and there's only one of them that is shaded in twice. Question at the bottom, 1/3 times 3/4. Well, I'm going to find 3/4 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to shade those in. I'm going to label them 3/4. Then I'm going to split this into 3 pieces, where I'm going to quickly find 1/3. I count how many pieces there are in total. There are 12. These 3 are shaded in twice. 3/12 is not in lowest terms. If I want to put that in lowest terms, I'm going to find that it is 1/4. Assignment for today, real simple, won't take you too long at all. What you're going to do is look online for an example of your own. So you're going to look for multiplying fractions using area models. Okay, multiplying fractions using area models. You're going to find a video. There's all kinds of them out there. You choose one and then use one of the examples from that video to do page 14 in your journal. Make yourself some notes on page 14. Any example you like, send it to me, and you're done for the day.
Mrs. Maskew, what if you choose the same as someone else?
There will be lots of you choose the same as each other. That's fine. You choose the first one, you choose your favorite one, the shortest one, doesn't matter to me, any one you want. Write it up in your journal, and we move on.